Hey guys, this is Anthony of Gamers Realm here, and I am shooting a video for our GoFundMe page. Gamers Realm is looking for the community to help us raise $50,000 to keep our doors open and to clear out some crazy debt that happened because of hurricanes and zoning issues and exploding air conditionings and red tide and all of these epic journey, I guess, adventure obstacles that we've tried to overcome. We opened about 2 years ago, and we had a big investment come in, and big is in air quotes here. Pretty big investment, big for us. John is retired Air Force. I'm a web programmer. And of course, our silent partner is really busy running a successful business somewhere else. So, he's basically like he's looking at John and I to run the place. So he gives us an investment, and we go out and we market the business, and we do a VR for all kinds of schools and different events, and just really try to grow. And we identified Vero Beach as a place that didn't really have anything for young people. If you're tired, you have the beach. You always have the beach, right? Beach is going to be there, but there really wasn't a community center for young people to go to, and so people would just leave or do whatever they wanted to do for entertainment. And so what we tried to do is create a place that had our interests. I'm a gamer, John's a gamer. Something that had our interests, something that we can go to every day, something that we're passionate about, but also create a community location for this town. And, so we get our investment, and for the next 6 or 7 months, we were looking for a place to open. And during that time, we were going to Friday Fest in Fort Pierce and the Friday Fest in Vero. We were going to schools. I was talking to as many people as I could, and I wanted to get their reaction. Do you guys want a gaming place? Do you guys want, a gamer's realm to come to your town? And everybody really, really pulled for us, and they said, yeah, we do. We this town needs something like this here. And whenever they have something like this, it doesn't last. And, so John and I went to the county, and, when you're opening a new business that no one's ever heard of, the very first thing you have to do is get permission from the county, right? That's something that I didn't know about as a web developer. So we go to the county, and we say, hey, here's our idea. We want to have escape rooms. We want to have virtual reality. We want to have a hangout and the land center and all this board games and video games and all this crazy stuff. And the county official that we were speaking to said, well, that sounds really fun, but here's some requirements that you have to adhere to. And so one of the biggest requirements, was that we had to find a location that had about 100 parking spots. I guess they don't want to have a traffic accidents or all kinds of problems with people trying to come to our store, young people especially, if there isn't a lot of parking, which I completely understand that. So that, though, unfortunately really took 60, 70 possible locations that we were looking at and eliminated all of them. So we had 2 locations. One location we were looking at covered in mold, beyond mold, like Mold City. And the other one was here next to the bowling alley. So really we had one choice, unless we wanted to just open up somewhere else, a different town. But we didn't. Vero was definitely the town that we wanted, that we had done research on, and that we really wanted to be. This is the place that we want to be. This is the place that we chose. And so we work with the owner of the building, and we get into the building, and what had happened was we got our keys in June of 2017. I made a post online. At that point, we had 1,000 people following us on Facebook, and I said, "Hey guys, we need help. There's a lot to do." And really touching moment, probably one of the biggest moments that I've ever had in my life. 50 people that didn't know us, who just knew us from talking to us for 5 minutes somewhere or finding us on Facebook, showed up. And they're like, what can we do? And between us and 50 volunteers, we converted this little store into Gamers Realm, and we didn't change any electric, we didn't change any walls. We just took what was here, painted it, and just opened it. We didn't have money or time for permits. $150,000 investment, right? Of which $120,000 went to buying computers for the land center, chairs, tables, decorations, paint, all kinds of small construction materials. $40,000 in retro video games and all kinds of other stuff, and just entertainment stuff. So we only had $30,000 in the bank by the time we got the keys. Oh, and marketing, of course, marketing. Facebook won't let you talk to anybody without spending money, with boosts and stuff like that. So we're boosting and boosting and boosting and spending and spending. And we weren't charging anybody to use our VR. We were going out, and it was a marketing thing. And a lot of times people who came to our booths were kids. 7-year-old kids who were like, "Oh my God, what is virtual reality?" So, "Oh, go away, kid. We need $25." I wasn't doing any of that stuff. So, we opened up, and the day before our grand opening, we had $30,000 in the bank, and okay, we have a grand opening. Let's put some money in there. So we spent money on radio advertising and print marketing, and a lot of money on Facebook advertising and digital marketing, and it was really, really geared to be a huge grand opening for us. And day before our grand opening, Indian River County came, put a letter right on our door, said no admittance, no one's allowed to come in here. And so here's John and I looking at each other, and listen, we have just been awake, working 16-hour days for 2 months, trying to open this door as fast as possible. And so here we are the day before we're supposed to open. Paint is drying on the walls, games are up. I've configured 30 arcade cabinets at that point. Gaming land center stuff is all completely set up, running Cat 6, the whole nine. And we're like, what? How? Why? Why can't we open? And so then this really kind of confusing thing starts happening. And it wasn't obvious until we got to the end of it, but this is what happened. The church was that used to be in our location. You guys might, if anybody from Vero, you might remember it was Christ Church. Okay? There's 3 addresses. 1, 2, 3. At the very end, it's 925. And over here, it's 927. And over here, it's 929. Okay? The entire church was going by the address 927. So they did all their construction, and they did all their zoning, and they did all their stuff back when they first opened. And it was all under the address 927. So when we asked our landlord, when we signed the lease, what is this place zoned as? And he confidently said, it's assembly. It's an assembly. You can run your business here. Okay. So unfortunately, what actually was going on is we were getting 925. 925 had zoning from the prehistoric era, and it was actually an office building. Fun times. So here we are, grand opening, $10,000 in marketing spent, and we can't open. I can't let people in the store. So we work with the building owner, and he does everything in his power to get us set up, but unfortunately we couldn't open in August. We ended up getting an after the fact, which is a type of permission from the county that says you guys can open, but you really don't have an occupancy. You really shouldn't market your business, and you need to adhere to all of these things. Now that entire construction process took 5 months. From August to almost January, there was nonstop construction in the building. Blueprints being drawn up, all kinds of engineers coming in and going. Stuff that you really don't want to have in a new business when you're having customers for the first time walk in, and there's construction in half the business, and there's a guy on a ladder, and the tiles are missing, and there's fiberglass everywhere. And here I am as this business owner, like, oh my God, like every day there was something else going on. For 3 months, I had work trucks parked in front of my building. And I couldn't put a sign on the building until after all this construction stuff was done, because I didn't know if we were going to get the final approval on the zoning. It was quite possible that during any of that time, either the people who own the building decided, I'm not spending any more money, which is their right to do, or the county said, okay, it's been this amount of time, your after effect, agreement is over. We're just gonna pull it, right? So, no sign on the street, no sign on the building. If you got anybody who used to come to our store back in early 2018 or late 2017, we looked like an abandoned building with 3 other buildings that were abandoned and a bowling alley. And it was like, people used to drive up like, what's in there? And I used to run outside like, hey, I'm not scary. I'm this Gamers Realm guy. And, sometimes people would come in, so because of all that, it's hard to put a number as how much we lost in potential revenue. And I'm still paying rent. I'm still paying employees. I'm still paying electricity. I'm still paying all those things, but I don't have the income. So we're just going into debt the entire time, and we're just trying to survive, and within the first 6 months of us being open, what happens? One of the 3 air conditioners blew up, and a commercial building, especially this commercial building, the building owner is not responsible for the AC, so we paid for it, $7,800. Just one more blow. And what happens after we're getting ready to pay for that? We come into September and boom, Hurricane Irene waltzes her big windy butt right into Vero Beach. Doesn't do a lot of damage, thankfully, and I'm thankful for that. But it does a lot of economical damage. We're closed for a month, in almost like 3 weeks. No power, no electricity, no internet, even when we were open. And the whole time I have employees who are relying on income. I have rent to pay, all kinds of other things. And so we even further into debt we go. And now we have an economic slump right in our town. Nobody has money. Everyone lost a week or 2 of work because of the hurricane. So we're all recovering. And before the hurricane, we all blew all of our money on food and water and everything else. So we're going through all of September, no money. Okay. So here we are, brand new business, 2 months, maybe total revenue of $5,000. I wouldn't call it revenue, total gross revenue, maybe $5,000. And total expenses about $16,000 a month. So 16 plus 16 minus 5. There's your math for anybody out there who feels like doing it. $25,000, boom, right away. October, had a great October. People love the place. Economy seemed to be coming back. Season started. Didn't matter if the town was broke because all the snowbirds were flying down. And things were great. We had good months, we had bad months, but all the things you would expect in a business. We never had an opportunity to knock out that debt. So now we're paying $1,000 a month to the debt to people, to the credit line and the credit card. And, good months, bad months, good months, bad months, we keep going. And through 2018, we had a pretty decent year. Every bit of money we had was going to debt. If it wasn't going to debt, we were putting money into the business. New attractions, new escape room that we worked on, 2 new escape rooms actually. And so, I always felt like as a business owner, I had my hands tied behind my back. There are things people asked for, there are things I wanted to do, but everything was, what can we do, budget, and that's essentially been the word of the year, 2018. We had our great summer, kids were off, everybody was coming out. Then here we are, September, October, red tide, season's delayed. Businesses all over the place are hurting. And I talk to a lot of business owners. I feel like there's a business owner communication network where we're all like, hey, how you doing over there? Are you surviving over there? And we're all like sweating and we're waiting. And so we're in a position, between, we didn't make hardly any real good money in September and October. We had another air conditioning expense kind of blow up in our face. And if you made it to the end of this 14-minute video, we need help. We want to stay in business, and so I do not want to make this video. I do not want to do a GoFundMe, but this is a community building, and I have given 40 to 60 hours a week of my life to this business, and I've met a lot of people, well over 2,000 or 3,000 people that come here that know me at least as an acquaintance, and appreciate what we're doing in the store and appreciate that this exists for the community here. So I'm asking you guys, as the owner of Gamers and also your friend, if you want us to stay in business, we need help. I put $50,000 as a goal on the GoFundMe. That would if we reach that goal, you would eliminate our entire debt that we picked up fixing 2 air conditioning systems and all the debt that we started with when we first started the business. You would put us back to zero, and you would really put us in a position to invest money back into the store for new escape rooms, offer perhaps better prices. And I'm going to find a way to make sure that every single person that does donate gets something from us. I'm making this video before finishing the GoFundMe form, so if you guys are paying $25 as a donation, that's a day pass. If you pay $200 as a donation, that's escape room for your entire family. Like, I am not looking for a handout. We will give you stuff for this money, but this GoFundMe is going to serve as a platform so you guys know that if you want us to be here and you want Gamers Realm to be part of Vero Beach, we need your help. We need the community to come out and really show us that you guys want us here. Like I said, I've been working 60 hours a week for a year for nothing, and I'll do it. I'll keep going. If I know that we have support in the community, and we'll look for some type of other revenue stream to keep the place open for you guys. But we need your help. That's it. That's all I have, guys. Your donations are appreciated, and if you have any questions about anything, I'm an open book. I will talk to you guys about whatever. All right. Well, I hope to see you at the store. Come out, have fun. If you don't want to do a GoFundMe and you just want to support the business, walk in the door, buy a day pass, and just play video games. That's another way you can help support us and keep us going. All right, signing off.